yay guys, I think I am live. Say hi when you jump on. It'd be awesome to see who's on. I have my computer here for a very important reason, which I'm going to share with you in just a second. But yeah, say hi when you guys jump on. It'd be great to know who's on the line right now, and I'm going to check the live stream out from the sender's file. I downloaded my Facebook app and updated it today, and there's all these cool new filters and things going on, so it's fun to play with. What's up? Say hi when you guys are on. I can see some people jumping on. Awesome to have you here. I have something really exciting to share. Hey Alexi, what's up? Where are you guys tuning in from? Let me know. Who's on live? Where are you tuning in from? I have lots of exciting things to share with you. Hey, hey. Awesome. Hey guys, what's up? What's up, what's up? I'm in Auckland, New Zealand right now, and it is a little bit freezing. I have a fire behind me, which I'm very excited about. Awesome. Hey Keith, what's up? Nice, you're in Kansas. Amazing. What's it like there at the moment? That is a very long way away from where I am in Auckland, New Zealand right now. So I'm in Auckland and we're heading to Queenstown in a couple of days. Hey guys, hey Melissa, what's up? Great to have you here. I have something so cool to share with you guys. But I want you guys to say hi when you jump on. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to really hear where you're tuning in from in the world right now. Super grateful for technology. Yeah, it was a bit of a shock actually when we landed in Auckland. We were in the Gold Coast just before that, and it was beautiful and sunny and amazing, staying with our beautiful friend Kat over there. And then we landed in Auckland. It was like, okay, it's cold. Hey Melissa, how are you? What's up? Nice, cool Keith. It's about 10 p.m. in where you are. What is it here? It's about 3 p.m. here, I think. So very, very, very cool. Amazing guys. Well, I wanted to jump in because it was a couple of weeks ago and I wrote a little status, and I have to kind of tell you guys the backstory to this so you can understand what was going on, okay? Hey Grace, hey Melissa, you're in Queensland, amazing. We were just in Queensland, it was like super hot and beautiful, and now it's pretty cold in Auckland. But long story short, I was in Bali and Wampa and I went out to dinner and we were in Mexicola, and I don't know if you guys know Mexicola, but it's an amazing Mexican restaurant and the vibe is just super high vibe and amazing, and just really high energy. Like everyone's very happy. Very, very, very happy, by the way. And literally after about 9 p.m, hey Anne, what's up? What do you call it? The staff at Mexicola run around all the tables and they literally pour tequila in your mouth. And I don't even really like tequila shots at all, but it's kind of compulsory if you're there. So anyway, the guy had come through and he kind of like force fed us some alcohol, and we were like, whoa, okay. And everyone was having a great time, amazing energy, amazing vibe. And I was chatting with Wampa about what I've been doing over the last couple of days, and part of that was completely clearing out my wardrobe. I had a whole lot of clothes in Bali, and I was separating them into piles. I was donating some of them. I was sending some of them to one of my soul sister friends, and kind of separating things, the odd thing I wanted to keep. And then I went shopping the next day and got a whole lot of new stuff. Hey Suneva, can't wait to hang out with you tonight. And it's so funny. I realized that, wow, I go through this like sorting process with all my clothes where I release a good 80 to 90% of my clothes probably about every 3 months, and I do it really, really, really intentionally, and I do it for some really specific reasons, okay? And so I was like, oh, that's a great thing to post on Facebook. So I got out my Facebook on my phone and I was like, hey, what did I write? I wrote, I purposely upgrade/update my wardrobe every 3 months minimum. Who can guess why? The person who best nails the answer will win 3 months free access to my private mindset membership training. Go. And at the time, this seemed like a really good idea, right? I was like, oh, that's so cool. No one will guess why, right? Thinking that I'd have a couple of comments that were really onto it in terms of the internal practice that I go through when I'm rewiring my wardrobe and my clothes. And sure enough, I put my phone away. I picked it up like 40 minutes later, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's like 50 comments on here at that point in time. And I was reading them and I was like, oh, these are all amazing comments. These are all, a lot of them are actually really good and really onto it. And you know, there's multiple different reasons why I do this wardrobe reset. I'm going to talk to you about that today. But it's so interesting. I was literally like, oh shit, how am I going to pick a winner? Because many of these are touching on the reasons why I do this, right? And so it's so funny. I kind of just ignore it in the moment. I'm like, okay, I'll just ignore that. It seems too hard right now. And I enjoyed the rest of the night. And then I wake up to messages from my team the next day, and they were like, Regan, why did you choose to run a competition, which pretty much everyone nailed the answer to in some sort of way, and now you have to choose a winner? They were like, can you tell us what's going on? And so I was like, guys, it's all going to be fine. I'm going to come up with an answer. I'm going to pick the best person. It's all going to be perfect, right? 2 weeks later, still reading the comments going, well, you know, it is kind of part of this and part of that. And there were some amazing comments on here. I'm actually going to share some of them with you guys. Okay, let's have a look. So if you've just jumped on, this is the post I wrote. I purposely upgrade or update my wardrobe every 3 months minimum. Who can guess why? The person who best nails the answer will win 3 months free access to my private mindset membership training. Go. Hey, you guys that have just jumped on the line. And so we had some amazing comments. Alyssa Levitt said, because you're worth it, so why not? Absolutely. It touches on a self-worth element. Christopher, I love your answer, because you change every 3 months, as do most of your cells. And I love this because this is talking about really going in at a cellular level and rewiring yourself to change and to grow and to succeed. Yes, that is a totally valid answer. Deborah says, because you've grown internally and new clothes represent deeper truth, and because you've grown in abundance. Yes, once again, this is part of it, right? Yes, it is internal growth, and then the external needs to then reflect this internal growth, and absolutely touching on abundance, really realizing that I'm always taken care of, always looked after, there's always more than enough. These are specific beliefs and intentions and actions which I do around abundance, not just with my clothes, but through multiple different areas of life on a daily basis. What else do we have? Genevieve said, because you can. Now, yes, because I can, but I was doing this before I could. Okay, so that's almost a yes answer, right? And she also said, and because you want to, yes, and because it helps you up-level your mindset and embody who you are becoming. Yes. So a huge part of this, guys, is identity, right? Realizing that we get to choose who we show up as each and every single day. So we could choose to show up as like a lower version of our identity, like one that's kind of not good enough and figuring it out and struggling or whatever. Or you can choose to show up as a badass who's rocking the world, who's bringing the highest version of themselves to the table each and every single day. And how you dress and how you put yourself out into the world reflects this, okay? So yes, absolutely, when it comes to identity. And Theni Chan then said, she nailed this, she said, you dress like the person who you want to become. Since you are always changing for the better, your wardrobe changes. True. Yes, absolutely. Now, this is an awesome point as well, because all of this comes into it, guys. So far we've had worth, we've had abundance, we've had talking about identity, we've had belief, we've had embodying the person you're becoming. These are all valid answers, and they are all true, and they all encompass why I do this. Dawn Bates, hey Dawn. Dawn says, to create a release of energy, keeping it flowing and paying it forward. Oh, it looks like I might need to get a phone charger, actually. Let me see. Do you think you could grab my computer and a phone charger? Otherwise, we're going to lose everyone right now. 10% apparently. Thank you so much. So where was I at? Dawn said, to create a release of energy, keeping it flowing and paying it forward. Renewing your energy in all areas of your environment, gifting yourself so the universe gifts to you too, right? Yes, absolutely. A huge part of this is about release. And there's something really important, guys, when it comes to mindset and actually releasing so that you can create more space for what is actually flowing in. We're just sorting out the phone charger. Yeah, amazing. I might need to plug it into my computer though. What do you think? I'll plug it in this end. Thanks. All right, guys, I'm not going to lose you guys. Stay with me. Stay with me. Okay. Technology challenges. Maybe check your battery percentage before you go live. Just a tip, live streaming tip 101. Give me some hearts, by the way, if this is cool, listening to some of this teaching and some of this content through what everyone commented. Let me know if you guys are getting value from this, because all of these are totally valid, okay? Then we had Lee. She says, you update it as you grow spiritually. Absolutely. Yes, every internal practice. The small one? Okay, guys, internet, battery, everything's coming to play. All right, yes, this is it. Perfect. I think so. No, damn, it's not it. Guys, we're making sure we don't completely lose the battery power there. 1 second. All right, here we go. We can plug it in over here. Thank you so much. You're amazing. Yay! All right, we have internet, we have power. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So guys, if you just jumped on, I'm recapping some of the amazing answers which came from my post about why I shred and release my wardrobe roughly every 3 months. Susie had a great answer. Susie Athwish said, because your continuous expansion means that your new version of you demands it. Yes, absolutely. What's up, Sandy? What's up, Vicky? Great to have you here. This is true. This is totally true. I love what Susie said and how she put it. When you constantly expand, all of a sudden, it's not coming from a place of, well, I should do this, or I feel like I have to do this, but it's very much like, no, the higher version of me demands that I show up in this way. And absolutely, it's a practice that reflects this. Absolutely. Who else do we have? Taja says, because you are constantly transforming, and the way to express ourselves in the first place is by dressing like you feel like it. And this touches on identity, like we talked about earlier, really embodying this version of you and tapping into this higher place within yourself so that it then starts to show up externally, right? I love Renee's answer. Renee said, because you absolutely can have it all. Right? Obviously, right? So guys, give me some comments on this. Let me know what you guys are thinking, because I've read like 10 of these comments. There were over, I think, 160 or 170 comments just like these comments, which were totally valid and amazing. On my personal page, there was in about the same on my like page on Regan Hillyer, and then on my Instagram. So I'm sitting here and I'm literally like, okay, how am I meant to do this? And so I thought, okay, well, you know what, maybe I'll get the team to choose. So I sent an email to my team, key team members, and I was like, hey guys, here are all the comments, pick the best answer. And they were like, Regan, like all of these answers are amazing. Very much all of them touch on identity, they touch on self-worth, they touch on your belief system, they touch on releasing and shredding, they touch on abundance, they touch on calling more in, they touch on having it all. There were all these elements, and then they threw it back and they were like, no, you have to choose. And I was like, oh my gosh. Melissa says, I need to do a clothes purge because I've evolved and my taste changed to reflect that. Absolutely, this is it. And here's the thing, guys, when you're in the work, yeah, Grace, you totally agree. When you're in the work and you're evolving so quickly, you are literally a new person in 3 months' time. Like, I have this conversation all the time with the people that are closest to me, and we get together and we're like, wow, like we are completely different versions of ourselves 3 months, 6 months, a year ago. So your actions and your external reality need to reflect that, right? It needs to reflect that. There was also a lot in here around giving to others. There was a lot around donation and giving back. Yes, yes, yes to all of these things. So I want to share a couple more amazing answers because there were so many. Callie Stevens said, you are constantly evolving, so why not keep your energy flow high, fresh and funky with new outfits that will elevate your confidence and power. Plus you look hot in anything you put on, so why not have some fun and fashion? Plus it keeps us interested. Amazing, right? So that is a huge part of it, keeping the energy flow high. This is an energetic game. This is not just like, I like new clothes. In fact, I don't even like clothes that much, and I definitely do not have a passion for shopping. I'm the first to find someone to shop for me, right? It's actually kind of a chore for me. I don't enjoy it, but I understand it's actually an important process when it comes to this internal game. Gia says to remind yourself to remind yourself that to the universe, you are already fresh and new, and the universe is responding to you in this moment, and it doesn't care about the old stories, images, or layers you've left behind, because we are always growing from the inside out and constantly shedding layers, and to move forward is to let go, and to let go is to renew and open ourselves up over and over again to limitlessness. I mean, guys, come on, like, these answers are amazing, right? How was I meant to choose? Grace says, I bought a red jacket last week and I never, oh, it's just gone away. What did you say? And I never used to wear red, but now I feel the need to wear it to reflect my inner passion and power and strengthen that affirmation. Right, yeah, Katerina, so many good answers. I know you had a good answer in there somewhere amongst all these comments too. I love that. And I love, Grace, that you brought up colors, because colors have a certain vibration, and it's important on an energetic level that you have different colors to pull from when you want to embody more of those vibrations on a really deep level. So that's an amazing point too. Marlena says to remain in flow through a steady practicing of the active letting go and ensuring you are remaining open to receiving the new. Yes. Because you are not living in lack and attachment. Yes. Because you are remaining in flow and abundance. Yes. This practice clears old energies and keeps you in a constant state of renewal and growth. Yes. So much yes. So I have specific clothes in my wardrobe, which this works two ways, by the way. I have clothes where I'm like, okay, that's an old energy that's associated to an old environment or old people. Purge, let it go, release. And it's irrelevant to how much I like the clothes or not, to be completely honest, or what they look like. I'm like, that energy needs to go. That energy is past, basically, right? And the same happens when I then say, you know what? Well, this jacket, this was a high vibe jacket because this was a jacket where I secured that deal, or I made this amount of money, or I had this breakthrough realization I was wearing that. So energetically, that's linked up to more flow and abundance. So that's one of the things where I'm like, actually, I'll keep this. Even if the other thing that I'm purging is more expensive or looks better, I'm like, no, energetically that doesn't work, and I purge, right? So I loved that answer too. Oh my gosh, there was so many on here. Princess Mally says letting go of past energy. Zach says identity revision. Yes, and that's a beautiful way of putting it. Jade says, I'm guessing to keep your energy fresh and flowing, keep updating the image to reflect your dynamic essence. Yes, so many good answers on here. Jenny nailed the energetic piece. She said, because clothing holds energy, and at the rate you are growing, it helps uplift and grow with you. And because you travel a lot and you change climates, that's true also. And because you're on camera often and don't want to repeat, and because you can, right? And I really want to touch on this because you can part, guys, because this is really, really, really important. Now, yes, this is true, but what I need you guys to really get is that I started deciding all this stuff, and I decided doing this before I could. Right? One of my biggest challenges before I was really flowing in abundance was that I hated, and I mean hated, going into a shop or a store, finding a piece of clothing which made me feel amazing, and then going, oh, how much is it? Oh, I can't afford that. Right? So what's interesting is I used to do that all the time, and I put them back on the shelves, and I'd be like, oh, I can't afford that. Oh, I should be using that money for something else, right? And I do all that stuff, right? And then I realized, well, how does the higher version of me show up? Is that how they act? Is that what they do? Is that what they say to themselves? And I thought, what am I showing to the world and the universe when I play from that space? I'm basically saying that I'm not good enough for what I desire, right? And so that's when I was like, okay, stop. I'm going to stop doing this. I'm going to actually give myself what I desire. And it's so interesting, guys, what happened from an abundance standpoint when all of a sudden I started giving myself what I deserved and what I desired. I started saying yes to what I truly felt made me feel amazing. And all of a sudden, everything started to shift around me. Everything started to become easier. I seemed to just manage to afford what I was looking for. In the past, I couldn't afford that. That was a bad thing, right? So give me some love if you get this, because I know some of you guys would maybe be in that position and you're looking to implement that change. Some of you would have done this already and you know what it feels like to actually step into this place of abundance. So many people think, okay, once I earn the money, then I'll live like that. It's the other way around, right? You have to live like that first and then the money will flow. Too many people think, oh, I'd love to be a millionaire once I've made millions of dollars. No, be the millionaire first and then the millions of dollars can't not show up, right? It's the same thing on a really small scale when it comes to your clothes. I'm seeing love hearts. You guys totally get it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. What else do we have here? Nice Jill says to go to the next level, new vibe, new energy, possibility becomes the reality. Yes, yes, yes. Dahlia says mindset upgrades, therefore wardrobe upgrades. Yes, absolutely. Lisa says because the new identity you have up leveled to respects this as how you want to be. It is no other reason than it fits the lifestyle of an 8-figure earner that travels the world, and therefore so it is done, right? I love that piece. Therefore so it is done. Right? Yes, Lisa Nadler, you get it. And it's simply, oh, this is the version of me that's showing up, and so it is. Without forcing it or fighting it or going, should I be doing this? Or is this crazy or outrageous? Or who upgrades their wardrobe every 3 months? That's just freaking ridiculous, right? No, let it flow in and flow out, okay? So one of the big things for me, beyond the identity, like the worthing and deservingness, the belief system, the energetic flow, is this give and receive cycle. And it's something that I believe so deeply in terms of abundance, and it's also something that I believe so deeply in actually embodying, okay? And so I need you guys to know that if you want abundance in any form to flow into your life, it will never flow until you create space for it, Okay, so all I'm doing by releasing my clothes, giving them to friends, donating these clothes, quite simply, is actually creating a container, creating space for more abundance to flow in. Now, we're using this example in clothing, right? But this happens in every way, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. So all of a sudden, when you start creating space on this energetic platform, all of a sudden, everything else starts flowing in also, and you start really seeing more ease and flow, more grace flow in this cycle, and it starts compounding, and then the more you do it, the bigger it gets, and the bigger it gets, the more you do it, and it continues to cycle through. Okay, so give me some love if you get that, if you really feel that and get that at your core. Matt says to pay it forward to those that are less fortunate than yourself. Make sure, maybe you could do a charity wall and auction them off. I could. That's an awesome idea. We may do that at one point. But yeah, it feels really good to give as well. It feels really good to give to friends. And also because guys, a lot of these clothes are amazing as well. There's nothing wrong with them. It's the fact that they need to be released. So a lot of my friends do get this stuff, and it's not even like, oh, because they need secondhand stuff. No, it's because there's amazing items, and I know that they'll get released and purged through them to someone else really soon as well, which is very cool. And it's amazing also to give to charity. Kurt put it nicely, because you understand the flow of life, yes, and are willing to intentionally give and receive around things that make you feel more alive, yes. Donna says raising your vibration, absolutely. So I'm all about digging in so that I can operate my frequency on a higher level. Now, in order to shift your frequency, you need to shift your vibration. Where are you vibrating at right now? And this is a part of one of the ways that you can shift this vibration. Yes, you guys get it. Oh my gosh, there's so much in here. I'm just scrolling forever. Tori Wade says to step into the next version of yourself, and you need to be the next version of yourself. Absolutely, you get it. You need to be it first before that version of you would show up. Absolutely. Nice. Claire Carroll said every 3 months you're evolving into a new you, always learning, growing, and stepping into the new. Yes. Shama says to create space to reflect your rapid internal transformations, growth in all levels, as well as support the businesses where your clothes are from. That's a good point as well, because wherever I am, like if I'm in Bali, I will really try to buy locally. I will go into boutiques and say, where is this from? Where is this made? And they're like, Japan. I'm like, I don't want it, right? And then I'll find somewhere else, and they're like, oh, it's made in Bali from a French designer who moved here, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool, and I want to support that business. So that's a huge part of it too. So guys, enough. Can you please give me some love if you understand the dilemma I've been in over the last 2 weeks? I attempted to delegate it out to the team. They sent it right back, and they were like, we can't choose either. I couldn't just ignore it, because I was like, well, I said that I was going to give away this prize, and how the hell am I going to choose a winner, right? And so for those of you who didn't see the post, the prize quite simply was 3 months access to my monthly membership site, which is amazing. It's called the Success Tribe and the Success Hub. The Success Tribe is the private community that goes with it. The Success Hub is the membership site where I weekly update the content in there, and this is where all of my hardcore mindset training goes in. So everything about life, everything about business, everything about abundance, everything about relationships, everything about family, everything about higher versions of you, overcoming self-sabotage, overriding limiting beliefs, all of that good stuff. Everything in terms of the internal game is in there. Now, the cool thing is that there's about 2 years worth of content in there. So I'm not even kidding when there's a shitload of content in there. It's massive, right? The biggest thing we get from people who actually join the Success Hub is like, whoa, there's a lot. Where do I start? Okay, there is a hell of a lot of content in there. And the cool thing is that this started out, like, it was roughly 2 years ago now, and I was working with a lot of high-level people around reconditioning their internal game and their internal mindset so that they could go out and impact the world in a bigger way. And I was working with a few people, just a handful, and I remember sitting there feeling kind of empty about it and feeling like, shit, this kind of sucks a little bit because the world needs to know this stuff. And I thought, well, I can't, like, personally tell all this stuff to like, hundreds or thousands or millions of people. So what I decided to do was to package up all this content, create videos which are really short, sharp, and direct, and really intentional around giving you what you need to do in order to completely change your life and your business on every level to take it to the next level. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to put it in a membership where I can create new things weekly, which is stacked up in there. So when you jump in here, here's the cool thing. I'm telling you about the prize. This is the prize if you've just jumped on. When you jump in here, you'll see literally that there is hundreds of videos in there stacked up which you can watch. But the cool thing is because I'm such a creator, I add to this every single week. So every single week there's a new training, there's something new that is fresh, that is relevant, that is about something that's going on with my life and my clients, which I believe that you can benefit from. So as I continue to shift and grow and evolve, you can continue to shift and grow and evolve. So it's not just an online product where you just sit there, you've got the content and you leave it or whatever, you've done it all. It's added to constantly, right? So just comment below if you're getting this, because I really want you to understand how freaking cool this prize is for the person with the best comment, which is really hard to choose apparently. But yeah, the Success Hub, guys, really is the heart and soul of my work. It's the core base of everything that I do, everything that I create from, and everything that I leapfrog into. And it's my biggest online community, which is very exciting. So the second part, you've firstly got the training as the prize. The second part of this is that you have access to the Success Hub, the Success Tribe, which is the Facebook group, which is the coaching and support group, which means that you can go in and actually really be in the space where you're supported day to day, right? Where you go in and you have your questions answered. You can post anything about your take-throughs and breakthroughs about the training, any questions you have about, Regan, why do you update your wardrobe every 3 months, or anything you want to ask me about my life or my business, that's the place to post in there, and then I jump in. And plus you've got the amazing community of rock stars which are in there completely freaking up leveling their life at the same time, who support you as well, right? So okay, here's where we get to announce the winner, guys. My moment of dread. I'm looking at this and there are over 167 or something comments on the personal page. There's about the same on the like page, and there's a stack on Instagram as well. And I thought about it right before this training, and I was like, I still don't know how to choose. But again, I promised my team that I would announce the winner. So here's what I want to do if you guys are up for it. And this is probably really crazy, really out of the box. I've never done anything like this before. But at the end of the day, guys, I'm all about integrity and I'm all about honoring the truth. And it doesn't actually feel good for me to choose one winner, purely because there are so many freaking amazing comments on here. And there are so many which touch on all these elements, but then there's someone else which touches on other elements. And I'm like, you're right, and you're right, and you're right, and you're right. Shit, right? So I was like, what am I going to do? I'm super confused. So here's what I have decided to do. I'm deciding to do this right now. My team can jump and adjust to this and probably kick my ass later and be like, Regan, what are you doing? But here's what feels good, right? I committed a long time ago in my business to not following the rules, to doing whatever feels good, and to trusting that feeling within, and to honoring people that also show up in truth and integrity. So here's what I want to do. You guys ready? Can't believe I'm doing this. Instead of choosing one person to have the access for 3 months into the Success Hub membership site, I am going to honor every single person that, can't believe I'm saying this, that commented on either of those statuses, and I am going to give you 1 month full free access, completely unlimited. 1 month where you can dig in, look at everything, nothing blocked off, nothing barred, nothing blocked off, like no secret part that you can't get, all of it. Like, that's it. I'm gonna need some love from you guys. I need some love and support before someone seriously kicks my ass for doing this and goes, what the hell are you doing? It's what feels good. It's honestly what feels good, is to actually, if I see you guys, I see the shocked faces too. I'm shocked. There's probably all my team be like, what are you doing? Right, I'm gonna give each and every single one of you 30 days completely free. You do not have to do anything. Like I said, you get full access. You can see every training video, every piece in there. We're going to give you access to the coaching and support group as well. Come and play. Come and be a part of the community. Oh my God. So here's what's going to happen. When I say sorry to my team, when I explain to them that you need to watch this live stream because I had this idea and I couldn't choose and just do what the live stream says. Once I've had that conversation with them, we're going to send out a message to you privately. So if you've commented on either of those posts and you wrote a valid answer, by the way, if you wrote a stupid answer, I'm not going to give it to you. Obviously, we don't want stupid people just, you know, in the tribe. Obviously, if you wrote a really valid, awesome answer, you're going to get a private message. It's going to be from me. It's going to say, hey, what's up? and it's going to show you, if you missed the live stream or you didn't see all of it, a link to watch that. And then we're going to just give you a little link, which will give you a place to basically pop in your details so you can access the full training. You just need to put everything in, and then it clicks you automatically onto the next page, where you'll have instant access. You don't even have to wait to be approved or anything like that. You can just go straight through and get instant access to the training. Okay, so I'm going to literally apologize to my team and then make that available to you guys ASAP, which is really exciting. Now, a couple of things you need to know, and this is important, couple of terms and conditions, because I was like, okay, if I'm going to be this crazy, I have to have a couple of rules, right? Firstly, this is for new Success Tribe people only, okay? So if you are part of the Success Hub and you're already paying a monthly fee, you're in, right? You're in, you've already got a great offer somewhere along the line. This is for brand new people which have commented, right? That's the first thing that you need to know. The second thing that you need to know is that you have 30 days. Now, this is massive, guys. This is a whole month. This is a huge amount of time to jump in there and completely change their life. Now, at the end of the 30 days, here's what's going to happen. The majority of you are going to love it. You're going to see results from the training. You're going to want to be a part of the tribe. So if that's you, that will click you over to the subscription fee, which is $97 a month currently, okay? So it will click you over and you'll just automatically be charged that, and you'll have access for as long as you want to stay. You can leave at any time. There's no cancellation fees. If you don't want to do that, if you're like, I just want the 30 days, I don't want to be a full member, I'm not serious about going really deep in the tribe, I'm done kind of thing, you just need to email support@reganhillyer.com. We'll put all of this in the message for you guys, right? You just need to send an email and just say, hey, like, I don't want to be in it, and that's cool. Super easy. They'll just cancel you out. They'll remove you out of the coaching group, remove your login and password, and we're done, right? No hard feelings at all, right? But I want you guys to dig in and really enjoy the 30 days. So that's the key thing to know. If you want to stay for life, that's what will happen. You can if you want. You can leave anytime. If you don't and you only want the 30 days, you just have to let us know before your 30 days is up so it doesn't auto-click over, and then we can adjust it, okay? And that's for new Success Hub members only, okay? So are you guys excited? By the way, no one's writing anything. I'm like, I'm just doing this crazy mad-ass thing. I'm going to get my ass kicked by my own team for being so extreme and not being able to make a decision and choose one person, and you guys are like silent. So tell me if this is amazing. Tell me if you're excited about this. We will just keep an eye on your private messages, right? Because we will get this out ASAP to you, and make sure that you have all the details and you can go through. If for whatever reason you are missed in a couple of days time, just send me a private message and be like, hey, I commented, I was missed rather. Like I said, there's hundreds of people to send this to, so we're going to be working really hard. Yeah, okay, I can see your love and your likes there. Okay, good, you guys are here. I'm like, where are you? So yeah, if you are missed for whatever reason, just send us a little private message, or you can email the team and just let us know that you commented on that main post. But otherwise, just keep an eye on your inbox. Keep an eye also on your message request or your others folder, and then everything will be explained in there. If you have any questions, you can send us a private message back and let us know. So guys, feels good, feels way less overwhelming to not have to choose one person and to be able to actually gift this out for all of you guys. It feels super epic. If there are people that you know and you want them to be a part of this, you can go find that main post, tag them in on it, and if they write a good answer, I'm happy to extend it out for the next couple of days. But no silly answers. Once again, if you write a silly answer, you're not getting access to my training. Okay. So guys, sending you so much love. I'd love to hear what you learned from this live stream. I know we announced this really cool prize, but more than that, I would love to hear, what did you learn about identity? What did you learn about the give and receive cycle? What did you learn about calling in abundance? What did you learn about stepping into the higher version of yourself? I'd love to hear your takeaways and breakthroughs below. And also let me know if you have any questions, because I can jump on, do another live at another point in time, and get those questions answered for you guys. And of course, you now are going to have access to the private Success Hub group as a part of this 30 days free in the tribe and in the membership. So you can ask me any questions direct in there in a private VIP space, which is very freaking cool. All right, you guys are amazing. It's been super cool hanging out with you. I am going to sit by the fire for a little bit and then try and get all these messages out to you guys so you have access to all of it. So sending you so much love. Thank you for being here. You're all amazing. And of course, remember, you absolutely can have it all. Mwah.